I'm Dr. Margriet Barnard, your host of the Birth and Baby Show, brought to you by Sister Lilian Center and Sensitive Midwifery. We empower moms, midwives, and birth workers to have the best birthing and parenting experience through natural, physiological, and intuitive care, resulting in birth and baby advice you can trust. This episode is sponsored by Zinplex Pregnaplex. Pregnaplex has been specifically formulated to provide support during your special journey. The carefully selected ingredients have been created to provide you with essential nutrients needed before, during, and after pregnancy. Every tablet is a tribute to the timeless journey of motherhood, thoughtfully designed to support you every step of the way. Our signature blend is enriched with zinc, known for nurturing radiant skin, supporting a healthy reproductive system and bolstering immunity, and folic acid, which is an essential nutrient for a healthy pregnancy. Together they weave a protective and nourishing cocoon, ensuring both you and your baby thrive in harmony. Available at Dischem, Clicks, or your local pharmacy. For more information, visit www.zinplex.co.za. Hi everyone, welcome to the 100th episode of the Birth and Baby Show. Yes, the 100th, it's a big one. It's a celebrating moment for me and for our team. And I just want to thank you for being our faithful listeners and followers and or watching on YouTube, because without you, why would we have a show, right? And I also want to thank all the partners that partner with us over the years and the brands, because without them, this would also not be possible, because trust me, everything costs money if you do productions. And I want to thank the tech team, the people behind the scenes that are never visible, they are never in the shine, but without them, I would definitely not look and sound great. So thank you so much for everyone that has made this journey absolutely rewarding. And yes, when I started the podcast and YouTube show, I was just new in the game here at Sensitive Midwifery and Sister Lilian Center. I took over from the founder, Sister Lilian herself. That was in 2020. And for me, it's quite easy to dream things up. I'm visionary by nature. But to see it through, that is a journey. And today I just want to reflect a bit on the journey, where we've been on, and also just take us back on the heart behind it all, the vision and the mission of Sensitive Midwifery and Sister Lilian Center and all we do. So the Birth and Baby Advice You Can Trust show is sort of an overarching podcast in YouTube that speaks to both the professional side of the things we do as well as the parenting advice we do. So that's why we marry Sensitive Midwifery and Sister Lilian Center here. And I will unpack a little bit as we go what the two different platforms do. But first, just a few anecdotes and beautiful memories from doing the podcast and the YouTube interviews over the years. So in the beginning, I was very rustic, and to be honest, I sometimes still am. It never really gets much easier to just always appear beautiful in front of the cameras and have a smooth talk. But it's been so rewarding, especially being able to create a space where midwives, doulas, parents and allied healthcare professionals can share their stories. There are so many amazing stories to be told, so many empowering humans out there, and to have this platform where we can give them a voice, for me, has been so rewarding. And I've also learned so much from them. And to be able to put that content out there for you, that for me, where it's all about. Also very rewarding for me is to see that the team behind the scenes that I've been working with over the last years, often the tech guys, the tech girls, the social media ladies, they're often young and not so young anymore. They've all become parents, and all of them, really all of them, have had beautiful natural births. And even the guys, they are the biggest advocates for natural birth when they get married and for their wives. So that means that whoever engaged with everything we talk about and with our IP, our content, they are completely transformed and empowered. So we have a very powerful message that we share here that is life-giving to parents and parents-to-be, and for that matter also for professionals, because not everyone understands what we stand for. So what is it exactly that we stand for then? Let me try to unpack that. First, we have the sensitive midwifery side. That is more for midwives, obviously, and the professional arm. Originally founded by Sister Lilian Center, it grew out of that, which was set up by Sister Lilian herself. And this year, we're celebrating it to be 30 years. So it's another milestone moment, 30 years of sensitive midwifery. And it really started as a need for more sensitive care in the birthing world. Sister Lilian grew up in an environment, probably the 80s or the 70s, where she was a young midwife. Very, very medicalized environment in South Africa, where private midwifery was not a thing, and where she just saw that my colleagues need empowerment, and midwifery needs empowerment. She was already quite active for a long time in the Sister Lilian Center environment, working with parents, where she learned all her lessons, and where she did lots of natural birthing and more intuitive mothering care, etc. And then realized, but I can only do that much all by myself, and I need to do something for my colleagues. And many of you know from back in the day, if you're an older midwife, that she had the Sensitive Midwifery magazine that was landed in all the hospitals and clinics all over the country. And also she had her famous symposiums that she traveled with through the country. And when I learned about sensitive midwifery, I felt like I've come home. This is like a home where we speak the language that I believe in so much. So my journey is different but similar to Sister Lilian, is that I was a young midwife, but I was trained in Europe, in Belgium. But I came back to my roots in South Africa. I grew up here and was completely clueless about the midwifery landscape, and also had my own journey of setting up a private practice, an NGO, having done 3 research studies to understand the South African context more, and just realizing that moms and babies are on the worst end of it all, whether it's government sector or private sector. And the system is set up in such a way that it doesn't necessarily support moms and babies, and therefore women-centered care and what is really best for mothers and babies. And at the core of that is, for me, the belief that pregnancy, birth, and parenthood, all of that is part of life, right? It's nature, it's natural, it's part of humanity. And we've been giving birth forever, right? Since the beginning of times. And it's not a medical condition, it's not a sickness, and yet I found that in most places it has become so hospital-driven, medicalized. Mommies are called patients, babies are treated in hospital settings and deprived from all the natural, fantastic benefits from natural birthing. So there was a lot of work to be done. So when I was asked by Sister Lilian to take over from her as she's wanting to retire, I just knew I had to do this in order for us to continue with this incredibly important mission of sensitive midwifery. So sensitive midwifery at the core is really let us get back to where we really need to be, back to the basics, back to the natural approach. And at the core of that is to empower midwives, because midwives are the custodians of natural birth. And if we are not owning up and taking our place, and that's what we've seen happen, where midwives are not present, it will become a medicalized affair. So very much at the core of sensitive midwifery is to empower midwives and to support them and strengthen them. And we've got lots of different initiatives doing that. So the symposium is still going strong, well known. And for this year, we are going to Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, and for the first time to Lesotho, deep in the mountains, because Lesotho midwives have also been asked, we need more sensitive midwifery support. So that's super exciting. And then we've developed into way more online initiatives. So we've done away with the magazine when I took over, and just modernized the whole business. So that looks like an online academy, the Sensitive Midwifery Academy. Our flagship program is the Certified Sensitive Midwife course, and many of you have done them, of the midwives that are faithful followers. They are our sensitive midwives out there. They're walking the talk, and they're doing fantastic work. And after the Certified Sensitive Midwife course is finished, some of those midwives have decided then to continue to journey with me, where I've coached quite a lot of midwives to be able to set up their own practices. And I'm so proud of them. So it's really tried to empower more midwife-led birth units, midwife-led centers, and we are really strong and growing. Also, another initiative is to put us all together on a national platform, the Private Practicing Midwife Alliance, where we can support one another and really grow this beautiful, beautiful profession, which I believe at its core, every community should have a midwife-led center and access to that. So another initiative we do for midwives, no matter where you work, whether it's government sector, private sector, or independent practice, is obviously our free webinars. That's often made possible by collaboration with our beautiful brands that believe in all we do. And that is for continuous professional development. So we've had some fantastic learning experiences there. I love what's happening in this space, and I know it's going to grow more and more. And then I've done some in-person workshops, which I'm personally very passionate about. I love to also get out of the online space, and in-person workshops in hospitals and in homes and in different settings. A big passion of mine is to empower midwives with the more natural approaches to birth. So those workshops in hospitals where you help an entire team to embrace more natural approaches are extremely effective. And that way you can change the culture. So the labor and birthing positions workshop has been a big hit to help midwives be comfortable with just doing birth in any position that's most comfortable for the woman, and just more sensitive midwifery approaches and workshops, speaking engagements, and it keeps going. So sensitive midwifery is a beautiful family of midwives and healthcare professionals, and a growing amount of doulas and even doctors that believe in this approach. And sensitive midwifery is well positioned to also network, to connect beautiful initiatives with the midwives, to create opportunities where midwives can flourish. So there's a lot of collaboration happening, and then obviously with brands that want to support midwives and have good products that support our work. So it's a wonderful thing, and it's organic, and we keep evolving and growing. So that's in a nutshell sensitive midwifery, and I cheer you on, all our wonderful midwives. And please, midwives, also share these episodes with your following, with your clients. This is just there to support you and the work you do, and help you to promote your services, and to really get midwifery on the map. So lastly, I wanted to mention is, yes, we are born and raised in South Africa, but sensitive midwifery is more and more going international. There are many midwives looking in, and we are going across the borders here and there. So as I said, Lesotho, we've been to Mozambique, we're going to the Middle East. I've been last year, we'll probably go more. So we are growing. There's a massive need for what we have to offer, and all together, we're making this happen. So on a mission. But the key of all of this that we believe in so much is only really going to work if the parents also believe in everything we stand for, right? And that is where the mom and dad education comes in, and that is our Sister Lilian Center platform. There we preach all these same messages: natural, intuitive care, just run it through the heart parenting that just makes sense, that is natural, not like over-medicalized, complicated. So that is Sister Lilian Center, and there we have beautiful initiatives as well. Obviously, is the podcast and the newsletters and our social media. We also have an academy where we have our flagship antenatal course. The antenatal course is actually in 5 languages. We've done that. It was a beautiful project we've done together with a partner. So it's in Sotho, Xhosa, Afrikaans, English, and Zulu. 5. So that is really to empower mothers to be and parents. I mean, I'm so fan, and it's so important to also empower the guys, the dads, because if they are on board, then they are your biggest champions. So the antenatal course, and then there are lots of other courses like the Sleep Like a Baby course. I would say that's our second biggest one. Sleep is a very, very contentious topic, lots of different ideas out there. But our approach is also very intuitive, very back to nature, the way parents used to do things, attachment parenting, co-sleeping, that's what we stand for, which ties in with really easier for breastfeeding, easier for bonding, etc. So there's a wealth of education if you dig deeper. But we understand that not all parents always have the time to dig deeper, so we keep trying to generate content easy to digest. We've got blogs, we've got the podcasts, our social medias. And then for the ones that still love a good book, just to have a book next to your bed that you can do quick research if you are needing some advice. Sister Lilian has put all her years of wisdom in a book. It's the parenting guide. It's available on our website. And good news, we are going to do a revision, a re-edit. So that is something to look out for the new year. Excited about that. So you can see how the 2 platforms go hand in hand and how we work together on a big mission, right? To bring birth back to where it belongs, more the way we designed. Having said that, we need both sides. The professionals need to be empowered to provide this kind of care, and we need to create environments where midwife-led care is possible. And on the other hand, we need to work with empowering the next generation of mothers to give birth back into their hands. They need to own it, right? So I talked a lot about midwives and parents. Obviously, we find ourselves as midwives in a multidisciplinary team. We work very close with doulas. We love doulas. We've started a doula course as well this year. Last year we did, and we're going to continue with that this year. And we work with doctors. So we are not against obstetricians at all. I have to just say that. We have to work, we love our obstetricians. We work with them and our GPs. And midwifery can only flourish if we are working in a team. So the core belief is that low risk, normal, natural belongs with the midwives, and we refer to our doctors when there's medical intervention needed. So that is what creates a safe space for midwifery to flourish. So we continue to look at how we can do that better, how we can collaborate better with our doctor colleagues, where we can create spaces where that gets facilitated well. So some of you might know that I've been close involved with Network One Health because I believe in a multidisciplinary team approach, and I've been close involved with other initiatives to provide this beautiful environment. And that is in essence where women are at the center and where they deserve what's best for them, and where they're not at the mercy of the system, where they're either going to get very bad treatment because of an overcrowded government system, or where they get pushed into a cesarean section schedule because the private sector likes to do Caesars for many reasons that I'm not going to unpack today. So that is us in a nutshell. I'm excited to see where this is all going, and we need to do this all together. Help us to grow here. Keep sharing the episodes, like us, give us a good review, give it in the hands of new moms that needs it, to new midwives that want to be inspired, and let's grow this because we have still a lot of work to do. I'm sure if you're a fan of what we do, you can agree. Once again, thank you so much to all you do out there, for all our professionals working so hard, for our partners believing in us and partnering with us, for the team making this happen, and for the parents to just growing the future generation with so much care and love. The future depends on all of us. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please share this with a friend who will benefit from this. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever we release new videos like this on our channel. We'd love to stay in touch and keep you updated with all our latest content and resources to equip and empower you. So if you're a midwife or any type of birth and baby worker, go to sensitivemidwifery.co.za/free gift. If you're a mom, visit sisterlilian.co.za/free gift for more training and resources. That way we can keep you up to date when we release new episodes like this, plus a few other bonuses. You can also find the links I just mentioned in the show notes. Remember, you're making a big difference because you are shaping the future of humankind. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to journeying with you.